Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stalin and hope you guys doing well. And in today's video session, we're gonna learn about some common grammar mistakes that even advanced English speakers make, because it's really important that we understand how to use grammar while we are speaking. And if you guys like my videos, make sure to subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Do like, do comments. So let's get started without any delay with our today's video. And in the first part, we're gonna learn how we use correct verb according to subject. For example, he go to work every day. No, that's wrong. He goes to work every day. That's right. Now, what is the reason? Whenever we have a singular subject, we need to make sure verb comes with s or es in the present simple. So, he go to work every day is not the correct sentence. He goes to work every day. That is the correct sentence. The second mistake is when we use past tense with did. Most people make this mistake. For example, I didn't went to school. That's wrong. What is the correct form is I didn't go to school. Whenever we use did in a sentence, after that we have to make sure we use the base form, not the past participle form. The third mistake that we commonly make is difference between too much and too many. For example, there are too much people here. No, that's wrong. There are too many people here. That's right. Now, what is the rule here? Much we use for uncountable thing, and many we use for countable things. Now, people here is countable. So we're gonna use many. There are too many people here. And now it's time for just a mini quiz for the mistakes that we learned. So tell me which sentence is correct down below in the comment. He go to school every day or he goes to school every day? Which one is the correct answer? And the second question is, I didn't went to work or I didn't go to work. Which one is the correct answer? Third question is, there's too much people here or there are too many people here. Which one is the correct answer? Write it down below in the comments. And now it's time for me to share answers with you. For the first one, B is the correct option. He goes to school every day. For second question, B is correct answer. He didn't go to work. For third question is also B correct answer. There are too many people here. So always remember these rules to avoid these little mistakes. Now let's go to our fourth commonly made mistake, which is using less with countable nouns. For example, there were less students today. No, that's wrong. There were fewer students today. We use fewer for countable things and less for uncountable. And the next mistake that we usually make is confusing propositions. For example, I'm good in English. No, I'm good at English. Because good at is the correct collocation. You see, that's just a minor mistake, but it made a lot difference when we are speaking. I'm good at English is the correct version. And next mistake that we're going to talk about is misusing present perfect. For example, I have seen him yesterday. No, that's wrong. Whenever we are talking or saying yesterday in a sentence, we need to make sure we use past simple, not present perfect. So, what will be the correct sentence? I saw him yesterday. And the next mistake that we're going to talk about is wrong word order in questions. For example, many people say you're coming when they're asking for a question. We have to make sure we use auxiliary verb first in yes or no questions. The correct version is are you coming? And now it's time for our second short quiz. Let me know which is the correct answer. I'm good in English or I'm good at English. Which one do you think is the correct answer? Now, second question, which sounds right for you? I have seen him yesterday or I saw him yesterday. Comment it down below in comments. Third question is, you are coming or are you coming? Which is the correct version of asking question? And now we're gonna check the answers. So for the first question, the correct answer is I'm good at English because that is correct collocation. For the second question as well, the correct answer is B. I saw him yesterday because we use past simple when we use yesterday in a sentence, not the present perfect. And for third question as well, B is correct answer. Are you coming? Because we use auxiliary verb in the starting when we are asking question for yes or no. Now, another mistake is very common, much versus many, when we are asking questions. For example, how much friends do you have? No, that's wrong. How many friends do you have? Because friends is a countable noun. So we have to make sure whenever we are asking question for countable noun, we use many. And then another common mistake we made is about using article and a. For example, she is an honest person. No, that's wrong. She is an honest person. We used an here because for words which has a vowel sound or h, mostly silent, we use an before that word. And the last mistake that we're gonna learn today is about double negative, because most of the time when we use double negative in a sentence, that totally cancel out the meaning of the sentence. For example, I don't know nothing. No, that's wrong. I don't know anything. That is the correct version. Because if we're gonna use not and nothing in the same sentence, that doesn't make any sense. So we just only use one negative. I don't know anything. And now it's time for our last quiz for the day. Let me know which is the correct answer. She's an honest person or she is an honest person? Write it down below in the comments. What do you think about this sentence? I don't know nothing or I don't know anything. Which one is correct? The last question is, How much friends do you have? Or how many friends do you have? Which one do you think is the correct version of asking question? And now we're gonna discuss the answers. So for the first question, the correct answer is she is an honest person. For the second question, I don't know anything, because we don't use double negative in one sentence. For the last question, B is the correct answer. How many friends do you have? Because friends are countable noun. And hope you guys like my today's video. Try to practice these grammar mistakes that we commonly make by using sentences of your surrounding things. Try to utilize the correct version of sentences. Practice it more, and if you're gonna practice it more, it's gonna help you to understand it and be more fluent in your English speaking, and also even in writing. And if you guys like my videos, make sure to subscribe my channel and share it with your friends who are learning English or who are learning French or preparing for TEF exam. Do like, do comments. Thank you so much for watching.